One city, one seen as the strongest, the safest, the most powerful in the world. And then, in just a few minutes, that same city turned into fear, screams, and ash. This was not a scene from a movie. This was real. September 11th, 2001. An ordinary morning in New York City. People going to work, cars on the roads, crowds pouring out of the subway, and two towers touching the sky. The twin towers of the World Trade Center. No one had any idea that within a few moments time would change, history would change, and the map of the world would change. 8:46 a.m. In the noise of the city, a new sound appears. Up in the sky, a passenger plane. But this plane is not going towards its destination. Its path has already turned somewhere else. Some seconds. Just a few seconds. People look up, their eyes frozen. And then, a powerful explosion. The plane slams into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Flames of fire shoot up into the sky, glass shatters, smoke begins to spread through the air. Someone says, maybe it was an accident. Someone thinks, maybe the pilot made a mistake. The full truth had not yet been revealed. Within minutes, news channels around the world go live. Cameras show the burning tower, people stand still in front of their screens. Phones are ringing, offices have stopped, and in every heart there is only one question. What just happened? But what was still to come was even more terrifying. 9:03 a.m. While the world is trying to understand the meaning of the first impact, up in the same sky, another plane is changing its course. This time, the world is watching. Cameras are on, channels are live, breaths are held. And then, in front of everyone, the second plane crashes into the South Tower. Flames rise upward with a huge blast, the building shakes, and through the streets of New York, a new wave of fear rushes forward. It was no longer an accident. It was an open attack. Inside those two towers, thousands of people were still there. A phone in someone's hand, someone searching for the stairs, someone facing smoke and burning walls. On the upper floors, trapped breaths were calling for help. Some people reached the windows and looked down. In front of them, ash was flying in the air. Below, people were running in panic. Above, closed doors, blocked exits. They were looking at their city from above for the last time. And the people below were seeing them alive for the last time. Rescue teams rushed in, firefighters climbed the stairs into the fire. But the flames were too strong, the heat too intense. In this forest of steel, the temperature had reached the point where metal begins to lose its strength. 9:59 a.m. The South Tower bends, slightly, then starts to fall inwards. In just a few seconds, dozens of floors collapse into the ground. A wall of dust, like a storm, rolls through the streets of the city. People run, scream, their breaths lost in the smoke. A little while later, the second tower, the North Tower, slowly leans, and then, in front of the whole world, it too comes down, leaving behind two enormous empty spaces in the heart of New York. That day, it wasn't just New York. The entire United States was shaken. The attack on the Pentagon in Washington, the fourth plane crashing in Pennsylvania. Every new report carried a fresh shock. The sky was empty of airplanes, but full of fear. For days afterwards, the search continued through the debris, looking for any sign of life. In someone's hand, a photo of a loved one. On someone's lips, just one name. And in the heart, a last hope. Some bodies were found, some names were lost forever in the ash. Today, where two giant towers once stood tall, there is now a silent memorial. Names flowing in the water, prayers echoing in the quiet, and in the air, an unfinished question. September 11th, 2001, the day that changed the world. And even today, the memory of that day whispers only this: if only all of this had just been a dream.